honestly, just talking with Coach Dillingham, like I see why people come here and I see why people stay here. Like I never experienced this type of stuff before, but like being around him, it made me feel comfortable with my decision of coming out here. And just like all the talks we had, talking with Coach Arroyo, about the offensive scheme and plan and everything, and it really made me feel comfortable in deciding to come out here to Arizona.
We've got the newest Arizona State wide receiver, former Alabama wide receiver, Jaren Hamilton. Jaren, just how have the last couple of days been since you committed to ASU, man?
Honestly, it's been great. Getting in touch with the new fans, new atmosphere, and I'm not even from the West Coast, so like being out here, really transitioning my life and living out here now, like it's been great just to get a new feel of everything. But yeah, I've been enjoying it.
What was it about Arizona State, Tempe, Kenny Dillingham that was reason number one why you're going to be wearing maroon and gold next season?
Yeah, honestly, just talking with Coach Dillingham, like I see why people come here and I see why people stay here. Like I never experienced this type of stuff before, but like being around him, it made me feel comfortable with my decision of coming out here. And just like all the talks we had, talking with Coach Arroyo, about the offensive scheme and plan and everything, and it really made me feel comfortable in deciding to come out here to Arizona.
You mentioned it made you feel comfortable. What about it specifically, right? Because obviously this is your first time hitting the transfer portal, but you were a highly recruited kid coming out of high school, 4-star wide receiver. So you were heavily recruited, talked to a lot of coaches and OCs at that time. But what stood out about Kenny and Marcus just in terms of that comfort level for you?
Really just the camaraderie that they have and their relationship outside of football. Like a lot of times nowadays, people get so caught up in just the ball aspect of everything. But having that relationship with a coach and having it being more than just a coach, somebody who can mentor you through life and really help you grow as a man and as a person. So talking with him, it really was like, it was nice. It was comforting because for the first time, it felt like somebody actually understood me through all this football stuff and like, in college and all that. So I really felt like it was just somebody. I really felt comfortable with him though. So yeah.
You also mentioned the football scheme, and I know that some people focus too much on it, but it is still a pretty big part of where you want to end up, especially to make your mark in college football. With Arizona State's wide receiver room, with their scheme, what about your talents and your abilities fits right in here?
Oh, I mean, I feel like it meshed pretty well with my speed, my size, my athletic ability, my ability to just be explosive around the field. Like, I feel like I'm a mesh pretty well. And even when we was going through some of the stuff, a lot of the schemes and play calling, I recognized it. And not only that, but like I can see myself doing those type of things asked by the coaches and even more. So it definitely it was nice to see all that and hear all that and being able to relate to a lot of the stuff that they were running.
How much did Arizona State having their quarterback of the future in Sam Leavitt in Tempe for the long, foreseeable future, how much of that impacted your decision, and just how excited are you to start hitting the field with Sam Leavitt?
Um, I wouldn't say it was the biggest part, but it definitely played a role because seeing, I kind of kept up with them, like, when Scatterbull and all that was, they was making noise. So I tuned in and I definitely watched the quarterback. But definitely being around here more and learning more about it definitely got me more excited to get out there on the field with him. Like, we need to go. What today is? Like Friday, yeah, definitely. But then the next couple of days, I'm gonna definitely be on the field with him. I just been getting acclimated and moving all my stuff and all that. But definitely, when I get stuff right, we're gonna hit the field for sure.
So we've mentioned Kenny, we've mentioned Marcus, we've mentioned Sam. There's also wide receivers coach Hines Ward, which is a pretty crazy name in football. Is it a little surreal, the fact that he's going to be coaching your position group?
It's crazy. I ain't even know he won Super Bowl MVP. I ain't even know that. But definitely with his experience, with his longevity in NFL, like he done seen and did it all. So it's like, what better coach would you want rather than somebody who really lived and played at that high level? So definitely I'm excited about that.
And one of the things that Hines is really high on is his wide receivers getting down and dirty, blocking, being really physical. You feel like you're going to fit in with that identity?
Yeah, of course. Coming from Bama, like, they preach that a lot. Like, if you don't block, you ain't getting the ball. So I feel like that ain't gonna be no challenge for me. I pride myself in doing things like that anyways. Like, it's football, you gotta get in the dirt anyway, so you might as well do everything around it. So yeah.
Is there a receiver that you've watched, whether it be growing up or right now in the league, other guys in college football that maybe you model your game after a little bit?
I definitely say CeeDee Lamb and Jameson Williams. I've always watched CeeDee throughout his time at Oklahoma and just how smooth his route running is. I sometimes try to mimic that, like with the tempo that I'm running at. I don't always have to be the fastest, even though I know I am and I can be. You don't always have to show your speed 100% through every route. But then when it's time to show the speed, I like people like Jameson Williams because he just all gas. Like it's no really stopping him. Like that boy, he electric, and I really look up to those two and model my game after.
How excited are you to maybe get in on the special teams side of things? You've seen some success in that area, tackling and also returning back in high school. Are you excited to get on that side of the football too?
Yeah, basically the easiest way I can put it, I want to be all around the field all at once. Like wherever the team need me, wherever I can be most effective at, that's where I'm gonna be. Like you can see me on kick returns, punt returns, whatever you might see me go down on punts, the tackle. Like it don't matter. Like I'm just trying to be on the field and really be a contributor to the team.
I know you've only been here a few days, but what are the early comparisons between Tuscaloosa and Tempe?
Y'all trying to get me. This life, it's nice out here. It's real nice, and you don't have to travel 3 hours to get to a city for real. So I'm gonna have fun, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna work and do all that. So it's all here. Whatever you want is all here. I don't have to, go outside the city to do whatever. Like it's all here right in my backyard. So definitely, and I've been enjoying the scenery out here too. It's nice, it's different. I've really been enjoying it.
What did you learn from your time in Tuscaloosa? Obviously, going to Alabama is not for the weak. It's a pretty intense program, very high standards. What are you going to be taking as lessons learned from the Crimson Tide over to Tempe?
Really, the hard work aspect, like definitely working for what you want. Like there, it's not just to come in and jump high and run fast. Like you definitely got to work regardless of who you is, because it's athletes from all over the country, the best athletes from all over the country that go there. So definitely the hard working piece and just staying consistent. Like it's days that can be hard and they pile up on each other and you just feel like, dang, like I'm in a slump or whatever. But definitely staying consistent, because being at Alabama tests you on all levels beyond imaginable. Like, so having that piece and trying to stay consistent throughout everything, whether it's school, on the field, social life, just with your family, just staying consistent all around and being the best that I can be.
Absolutely. Jaren, just a couple more questions and we'll get you out of here. First off, I got to know, do you have a number that you're going to be 100% rocking this coming
16.
season at Arizona State? Have you picked it yet? Is there a reason behind the number that you're picking?
I'm wearing number 16. I actually got it tatted on my arm. I got it tatted like my 18th birthday. So the reason behind that number is really where I grew up at and where a lot of my life, like I spent with my family. Like it was basically this neighborhood in Gainesville and like the house we stayed at. But in that house is where like all my family would be. We had cookouts and stuff. Like it was just a lot of just family camaraderie. And I feel like that area, that neighborhood is where a lot of my ideologies and stuff was formed. Like it's really where I came into this world at. So definitely that piece. It's like it's just home for me. So that's why I went 16.
100%, man. Look, before we get you out of here, obviously the Arizona State community is super, super excited to have you in Tempe on that Arizona State roster playing with the Sundevils this season. Do you just have a message to Sun Devil Nation with what they're getting out of you, the newest wide receiver at Arizona State?
Hey, just be ready, bro. All I gotta say, just be ready. When that ball get in my hands, is something good gonna happen every time. So just be ready. I ain't gonna say too much.
Love it. Exciting stuff. The newest Arizona State wide receiver, Jaren Hamilton.